Hello, welcome back to Greenhill Junction. This is going to be a shorter video today, and I'm aware it's quite close to my last video, but I've been moving on with the planning and I'm now on to the fiddle yard. And what you can see on the video is my plan for the fiddle yard, with lots of cardboard cutouts or paper cutouts because I've not got the points yet. So I'm going to run over the plans. I'll post this up on YouTube and I'd love to hear your comments, suggestions on the plans, anything that you think's good, anything that you think I could change. Yeah, just love to hear your feedback. So this is moving on from laying the track in my last video. Also I came round to this section. So if you want to watch that video, I'll put a link in the top of the screen. So my plan all along was to sort of mimic Polmadie depot in Glasgow, and I'd mentioned this way back in my track planning video. So just to remind you, here is Polmadie in Glasgow. As you get the main lines going through the middle. There is 4 main lines, and then you get sidings looping off, looping back on, with a large engine shed in a corner. Now, I have been able to do most of this. My only issue was with these 3 sidings, I don't have room to get these back around and linked into the main line before it goes across the bridge, which will eventually be there. But it's actually worked out quite good. I think it's given me a bit of variation and a bit of functionality, and I'll explain how. So 4 lines coming down from the station. This will all be undercover with the village. Come out the tunnel entrances. These are medium radius points, these 2. So train comes off, one of these, and first 2 sidings are too big along in and out sidings. They're over 4 foot long, so that's more than enough for me. I run 1 engine and 3 carriages, which is just under 4 foot long, so that's perfect. There's another split there, however, and it goes into this section. So these, well, 2 sidings, so the one where the Pullmans are and the one up from it, these aren't 4 foot long. They're 3 and a bit foot basically. So enough room for 3 carriages, as you can see with the 2 Pullmans sitting there. And this obviously will be a point here. This has become, I think it's called a head shunt, or basically, I don't know, a turning point for the locos. So I can easily get, this is going to be 2 foot long, so I can get 1 loco parked there, and there's still room for a loco to come along here, sit, that point changes, and then it goes off and picks up carriages from there, or just exits the fiddle yard. But all that can take place without the main lines being interfered with. The engine shed has worked out really well actually. So I've got 1 set of points going into one side of the shed, or a set of points going into the other side, and then a straight through into the smaller shed. And as you can see, more than enough room for, well, it's 2 coaches, but you know, 2 engines will quite happily sit there. That shed, an A4 or express size engine can sit completely in that shed, so there's room for an engine to sit in front of the shed as well. So giving me a total of 6 engines in there, with the possibility of a 7th just sitting at the end there. So actually those sidings not curving back round has actually been really good. It's given me a really interesting bit of track. And I'm going to put a sort of yard in here, workers yard. And then I'm thinking like there'll be a path along there. I've seen online you can get like laser cut, like carriage access. So there'll be like a little set of stairs and then a platform and stairs down. So like the carriages can get cleaned and things. And I know it looks a lot of track, but the main lines are the ones in between the 2 red pico markers. So I'd like to put fencing along there, just to separate the main lines from the fiddle yard, and then have a bridge over the main lines, like so that, you know, people can get from side to side without getting hit by a train. Now this is a 2-lane bridge, but as you can see it's almost wide enough for my 4 lanes, and that's with Pico spacing. So I've got the measurements for the 3-lane bridge, and that fits perfectly, so I'm just going to get one of them because I really like these laser cut bridges. I think the detail's fantastic on them. So going over to the other side, just pretend there's a little bit of track in there connecting up. Well, actually there'll be points in here. So these are going to be in and out sidings, 3 of them. So one point there, leading into another set of points for these 2. Another point here, main line can go that way, and then another siding goes that way. And these will be 4 foot long, just running along, and then there'll be another system of points here, probably exactly the same as I've got at the other side, to connect them back in before it curves up and round and onto the bridge. So that'll be pretty simple, straightforward. Don't think there'll be a lot of room there for anything else between those sidings and what will be the upper level, which is represented by that bridge just now. So there'll probably just be some scenery or an embankment or something like that in there, I think. The one bit I'm not sure on is these curved points. I'm not overly keen to use curved points. I had them on my old layout, some stock went over it, some stock just didn't like them. And the issue is where that track exits, it has to curve round to in between those 2 black marks to get across the bridge that will be there. Now that's a 18-inch curve using the track setup, so that's as tight as I want to go on curves. And I just need to figure out if I can get the curve to come round and then straighten up here, so I can get like 2 even short radius points in there to join up these 2 sidings to the main line, or if I need to go with the curved points. So I'm only really going to know that once I complete laying all this and things move on towards the curves. So yeah, oh yeah, the crossovers, forgot about that. So I wasn't going to do any sort of junction here on the main lines, but I kind of wanted to have functionality. I want stuff to be able to cross over from one fiddle yard to another without having to go all the way around to that junction at the station, because that would mean stopping stuff and swapping things around and bringing things back into here. So I've been asking about online about the Pico double slips, which are here, and my plan is to have them back to back, so something can come off that line, cross that one, onto that line and go into these sidings. Just go up there and come back, and vice versa. And if I want something from there to just work on the middle lines, then it can get switched over. And basically it means that anything parked in the entire fiddle yard can be used on any of the lines, which is really what I want. Now the double slips from Pico, because I'm using code 100 track, they only come in insole frogs, which to be honest I think is going to be a blessing in disguise, because no complicated wiring, basically plug and play. I have read online that there's sometimes issue with the frogs, because the frogs are so small that with older stock the wheels can catch and cause a short circuit. They can touch both sides of the frog. It's just going to be a case of suck it and see. So that's my idea for basically the full functionality of the 2 fiddle yards and getting them all to connect up. So that's the overview. So yeah, I'd love to hear your feedback on this. This is, goodness knows how many plans I've done of this, and this is kind of what I'm going with just now. It may change depending on what I think or what you guys think. So please leave your comments on the video, good, bad, indifferent. Tell me what you think. Give me any suggestions on changes to the point work, anything like that. And we'll see where we go. And the next video will be the fiddle yard getting laid. And I'll buy all these points. I think there's 16 points in total going in here. And we'll start laying it, and we'll see how things turn out. So thanks very much for watching. Please subscribe to get updates on the railway, and yeah, thanks for your support, and I'll speak to you all soon. Thanks, bye.